Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another great day to discuss other people's excellence. I am the unforgettable one himself, Mr. Brett Carroll, and I'm just a guy that likes daydreaming at work. Let me apologize. I have very little excuses. It's been a minute. Um, some things have been busy, some things have just been on me. I was going to record a couple weeks ago when the Shrine and Senior Bowls were going on. But the day before I was going to record, I don't know if you heard, but a certain player on the Dallas Mavericks got traded, and as you can probably imagine, it changed a lot of things. So I had to deal with that. So that kind of threw me off that week, and then I was going to do it after the Super Bowl, and I was like, it doesn't matter. We can do like a Super Bowl slash post, you know, uh, Senior Bowl thing. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, by the time, I was just kind of enjoying the Super Bowl, kind of relaxing, and by the time it was all over and I was settled back in, I was just like, I just didn't have it in me to try to boot this up and do it. So we're here now. We're here now. We're gonna do it now. And I wanted to get one in before the combine because after the combine, we're gonna have to do another one. And when free agency hits, we're gonna have to do more of them. So I wanted to at least get this in. And so, yeah, I had to get on it and make sure that I was back on the grind. So we're here now. We're gonna do this. And this is an all the above thing. This is gonna be a post Shrine and Senior Bowl mock. This is a post Super Bowl mock. Miles Garrett is on the trade block, or Cleveland said they might not want to trade him, but he wants to get traded. We gotta do all that. So this is gonna be like an all-in-one thing. So buckle up, let's get started. All right, so you know what, right off the bat, we just talked about it. Let's do a Miles Garrett trade, shall we? Where is he? Edge Miles Garrett. I think the team that probably should do it. I think if you're the Bills, how do you not? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna cost you probably two ones, and let's throw in a third. I feel good about that, right? A first and a third, and then a first next year. Um, yeah, I just feel like that's if you're the Bills, I feel like you got to do this. I feel like you gotta kind of go all in here a little bit. And with Will Levis's turnover worthy plays, I just don't see them feeling comfortable in a Cam Ward, even if they think Cam Ward is better than Will Levis. I just feel like if they're going to stay and pick a quarterback, it will be Shador. They already said they want a generational player. Um, but again, we also know that, they've been, Dion's been very vocal about the fact that, hey, they want him to go somewhere where he could be successful. And that might not be Tennessee. And so I already said we're going to flip back and forth between whether they pick a quarterback or not. And so because I had them take Shador last time, let's have them skip taking Shador this time. I feel like Abdul Carter has to be the pick then if you're going to go that route. Travis Hunter's an amazing player, and he might get butts in the seats if that's what they care about, but they need edge help bad. And I think Abdul Carter will help their team more than Travis Hunter will. So I'm gonna do Abdul Carter here. If you're the Browns, that kind of sucks, especially since you just traded Miles Garrett. You were hoping that the Titans would go either quarterback or Travis Hunter so that you could take Abdul Carter. Here's where you probably want to do a trade back then, if you can. Do I like the Giants trading up one spot? Not necessarily. Um, I just think this quarterback class is not good enough to be making that type of trade up. But I do think if you're the Raiders, if he really wants to go there, you might have no other choice but to move up and do it. So I'm going to do that. We're going to go from 6 to 2. It's gonna, even though this is not a great draft class, it's gonna cost you some number ones. I think maybe it only costs you a third this year because this draft class isn't that great, but it's still gonna cost you a one next year. Uh, and you might be saying this is a little light. So maybe let's throw in a future third as well. So they're getting six, their third this year, and then a 1 and 3 next year. All right, I think that's more than fair enough. Um, and so the Raiders are coming up to take a Shador Sanders. And if you're the Raiders, this makes sense because the Giants probably seem to be the other team that he would want to go to. And so, boom, you get your quarterback of the future and Shador. Um, the Giants. Whew, the Giants are interesting to me. I feel like if you're Dayball and if you're Joe Sheen, especially after the embarrassment that is Saquon going to the Eagles and winning a Super Bowl in his first year, I feel as if you kind of have to take a quarterback here to save your job because it buys you time. If Cam Ward's not that good this year, you could at least say, "Hey, we drafted our guy. Give us another year to develop him." Situation like that. Um, I rather if I'm looking at this, and this is the problem with having like a lame duck coach and GM, is they're gonna do what's in the best interest of them and not the best interest of the team. So it's one of those things like if this is why you don't do this because it makes for bad decisions. I think they should just sign a veteran quarterback and pick somebody else in this draft class and play again for next year. But again, if you're Dayball and you're Sheen, you probably don't survive another bad season. And if you are going to survive another bad season, I think it's going to be because at least you can say, well, we had a rookie quarterback. We need more time to develop our rookie quarterback. And therefore, I'm going to have them take Cam Ward. Do I like it? Not necessarily. I think I would have rather them go get a Sam Darnold or a Kirk Cousins or something like that and draft a different position, either a Tedero Miller or McMillan or Travis Hunter or something like that. That would have helped their team out more. But again, when you have a coach and a GM both on the hot seat, they got to do what's best for them, and that's drafting a young quarterback because that gives them a little bit more time to save their job. Um, so now if you're so that's what we're gonna do. If you're the Patriots, you're sitting here. There's a couple things you can do. You can get Will Campbell if you truly believe he's a tackle. I think I would rather trade back if I could to get a tackle. You could go T-Mac here. I don't hate that. You could go Travis Hunter here. I don't hate that either. Um, is anybody going to want to trade up for Travis Hunter? I think that's the question. I think that's the question. Because otherwise, there's nobody else that you're trading up for. Uh, and if you're the Browns, do you trade back up to get Travis Hunter? I don't know. Yeah, Travis is weird because again, I said this last time. I really don't know how NFL teams are going to look at him. He's great for selling tickets, I think, if you're going to allow him to play both sides of the ball. Is he an elite corner prospect? Maybe. We're not sure. Is he an elite wide receiver prospect? Maybe. We're not sure. I think he's a very good corner prospect, a very good wide receiver prospect. But I think his value is in the fact that he's going to try to play both. And that's just from a business perspective. So are you picking him hoping that that's going to put fans in seats and guard interest towards your team? Um, I don't know. And so, or you're going to take Will Campbell. And I guess for this draft mock, I'm going to go ahead and take Will Campbell. I don't necessarily love it, but yeah, I think that's the best bet. Here I'm gonna go T-Mac. I think now that they got their new head coach, and now of course I can't even remember his name, but he's from that Buccaneer system. T-Mac is everybody's copying him to Drake London and Mike Evans, two guys that he's gonna be very familiar with. Um, I think that's what he's gonna want. And if you're Trevor Lawrence, you're saying hallelujah. I have uh Oh Lord, Brian Thomas from last year, who played really well his rookie year, and now you're giving me T-Mac. They they still have Christian Kirk. Um, all of a sudden, if you're the Jaguars, you're looking at this and you're saying, "Wow, we might have a really, really, really good offense going into next year." And so you gotta be excited about that. And then if you're here at the Browns, I think yeah, you take Travis Hunter here. I think you don't even think about it. Best player on the board. They can use another weapon on offense. I know Jerry Jeudy kind of came onto the scene towards the end of the year. Right as of right now, we don't know if Jameis Winston's going to come back because he kind of came on once Jameis Winston was became the starter. You're hoping that whoever the quarterback is next year can unlock Jerry Jeudy the way Jameis Winston did. But even if they are able to do that, you still want to have another weapon, and Travis Hunter could be that weapon for you. And it could also play corner, and they have two decent corners already, and because of their cap situation, they might have to trade one of them. So if he could come in and play corner for you as well, there you go. Um, the Jets. The Jets are moving on from Aaron Rodgers. I don't think you sit here and I don't think you sit here and try to go for Mason Graham to me is the best player on the board here. So, and Aaron Glenn's a defensive guy. Makes sense. They might not bring back DJ Reed, so Will Johnson does make a lot of sense depending on what their defensive philosophy is going to be. It's kind of hard to tell because it's a regime change. If Robert Saleh was still there, I would definitely go Will Johnson here, but I'm gonna go ahead and go Mason Graham to the dismay of Panther Nation. Um, if I am the Panthers, I think the two players I'm looking at is Will Johnson or James Pierce. I said this last time. I really Evero's defense, by the way, is kind of a back end style defense. They play at their best when the corners are playing well. So I think I'm gonna go Will Johnson here because this is a very good defensive line clash, right? You can get a good edge in the second round. You can get good defensive interior in the second round and third round. By the time, and remember, they have LA's pick in the second round, so they don't pick to the late second round. By the time they pick again, there might not do it. Okay, sorry about that. The technical difficulty, but we back. So yeah, here we go. So now with number nine, I'm gonna go with they definitely need some defensive end help, some line help, some edge rusher help. I think I want to go Shamar Stewart here. That's kind of what they Mike Green has been moving up boards a lot. I do want to make sure gets some love in here. Uh I really like James Pierce. James Pierce is my number two edge. If I didn't go Will Johnson for the Panthers, I would have gone James Pierce there. Uh, but I feel like Shamar Stewart is a little bit more of what they usually tend to get from their edge rushers. So I'm going to go ahead and get Shamar Stewart for the Saints. For the Bears, I really still like Josh Simmons. I know he's coming off of the injury. Um, But if you think he could be a guard in the league, he could be an elite guard. They need to shore up that offensive line. Actually gonna I'm gonna go Kevin Banks. I'm gonna go Kevin Banks. We're gonna be go Kevin Banks. The Niners, and I think if you're the Niners, then you guys go Josh Simmons here. Or do you go with Membu? Zabel's been getting a lot of love lately too. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Ray Zabel. Okay. Do we do the traditional Ashton Genty to the Cowboys thing? Um, I kind of was thinking of having him trade up to get T-Mac if he fell past the if he fell past the Jaguars and got to like this 7-8 range, I was gonna have them trade up and get him. Because I just get a sneaky suspicion they're gonna want to be a little bit more aggressive this year to try to quiet the noise for how conservative they were last year. Um, and I know people are probably tired of this pick, but how do you not go Ashton Genty to the Cowboys? Like they need a running game to help that offense out. Um, I think it makes a lot of sense. We're gonna go Ashton Genty here. Okay. The Dolphins. I kind of want to trade back here. The question is with who and for who? Um, I kind of like the Bengals trading up for obviously we don't know if T Higgins it's weird. Every week is weird. On one week we're hearing that T Higgins is like assuring to come back. Another week it's like maybe not. Let's just say for the sake of argument, he's not coming back. And so if you are the Bengals, you want to make sure you get a really good wide receiver to help that offense out. And so uh it's probably only going to cost you this third round pick. And so go ahead and move up and go get a guy like Luther Burden or Emeka Ibuka, whoever you think is better. Um Ibuka, see, replacing T. Higgins, I think Luther Burden has a little bit more outside. Yeah, I'm gonna go Burden here. I look at Ibuka as an elite slot receiver. Whereas with Luther Burden, I still think he's mostly in the slot, but I think he does have some outside capabilities. Um, and yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that idea. The Bengals are another one. I really, if T-Mac falls into like the top 10, I probably will have the Bengals trade up to get him. Again, assuming T. Higgins is gone. Um, and so yeah, I'm gonna have them trade up for Luther Burden here, shore up that offense. Again, they need defensive line, but again, this draft class is loaded with defensive line help. They can get defensive line, and they'll be fine. If you are the Colts, I think everybody says Malachi Starks, everybody says Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland. You can't go wrong with either one of those. Mike Green's still on the board here. I decide I want to give him some love, so let's go with Mike Green here. And then James Pierce to the Falcons. I love that pick a lot for them. The Cardinals, do you just take John? Do you just take Membu still on the board? Josh Simmons again. It's the injury that kind of scares people with Josh Simmons, but I really think he's the best tackle left on the board, if I'm being honest. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take him here. And then if you're the Bengals, I mean the Bengals, if you are the Dolphins who traded down with the Bengals, I feel like you feel a lot better about taking Membu here. You traded down, you still got some good quality, better value for him here. So you go ahead and do that. And that kind of screws over the Seahawks a little bit because a lot of the offensive linemen have been kind of snatched up here. You still got Josh Connerly, so you can do that. Um, You know what I might do actually? I might actually trade down as well. And the team I'm going to trade down with is actually the Commanders. It's going to cost a pretty penny. This is gonna cost a lot. It's probably because you're moving up so much, it's probably gonna cost you your first next year, along with a third this year. The reason why I'm doing this though is because I think if you're the Commanders, you also need to strike while the iron's hot, and you're gonna go take a Mecca Ibuka, who again I believe can be an elite slot receiver in the league, um, and give James Daniels, Jaden Daniels, thank you. I'm sorry, I can't even think today. Jaden Daniels, another weapon to work with to make this team that much more elite. You just saw the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl. You need to have an offense that can match up with their offense, and you need an offense to make it easier to go against that defense. So I really like that pick for them to move up and get a guy that could be an elite separator, he's a really good run blocker as well. Um, and then Cliff Kingsbury's offense, I think he could do a lot of things with that. Okay, Tampa Bay. Uh, do we go linebacker here? Go Mikael Williams is still on the board. Let me see the other edges on the board still. Still got Mikael Williams, still got Nick Scorton. Yeah, yeah, Nick Scorton, Jack Sawyer. Um, I kind of yeah. Let's go Mikael Williams. Let's go Mikael Williams here. Let's do that. All right, Denver Broncos. I really now that both the receivers are gone, I do like the idea of them going tight end here. Malachi Starks is still on the board, which is kind of exciting. Um, but I kind of like them. Sean Payton's the type of guy to me that will be petty enough to take Colston Loveland to kind of spite Jim Harbaugh, who's in his own division, who also needs a tight end. So to make him basically say, "Hey, I'm gonna take your guy. So if you really want a tight end, go take the other Big Ten tight end, but I'm not gonna let you get your guy." And so I kind of like that. Okay, and if you're the Steelers here, two things I'm looking at. I'm looking at corners and I'm looking at defensive interior. And right now, the way the board is falling to us, like this is a treasure chest of possibilities. I love Benjamin Morrison here. That might be the two players I'm probably looking at is Kenneth Grant and Ben Morrison. We need a true nose tackle, 6'3", 339. A guy that can put Keanu Benton more into the three tech, um, and be that. I think I am going to go Benjamin Morrison here because again, it's the same thing I'm looking at with the Panthers. By the time we pick in the second round, there might not be a good corner left where I feel a lot better about some of the defensive interior prospects that might still be there. So I'm going to go ahead with Benjamin Morrison here, a guy that if he was fully healthy this year, should probably would have been like a top five, top 10 at worst pick. So you get him at 21 is amazing. Um, all right, the Chargers here. Again, I really kind of like the idea of them taking Tyler Warren and basically saying, you know, good game Broncos, but we will go ahead and take our guy. I'm trying to think, is there anybody that would want to move up here to swipe somebody? Malachi Starks is still on the board. Uh, Who else is still on the board that might make people say, wait a minute, we need to consider doing something here? Matthew Golden's still on the board. And maybe the Chiefs might want to trade up, but there's no way the Chargers are going to do that. But then again, the daggone Bills traded back with the Chiefs, so who knows? But they're conference rivals and not division rivals, so I guess that's a little bit different. Um, yeah, I think you just stay here and pick a guy, and that guy's going to be Tyler Warren. help add some weapons for Justin Herbert. Um, again, it's an arms race. You need weapons, bro. You need weapons. The Packers, they're in an interesting spot here. They can go edge. They could also go cornerback though. Siobhan Ravel's still here. This is a player that I think I've liked for the Packers a lot. Uh, there's actually a decent amount of corners still on the board. Let me see edge real quick. Do I have the Chiefs move up with them to get their wide receiver? Prince Yellen's still here. JT Tuimolo's still here. Nick Scorton's still here. I mean, Green Bay could trade back. They could trade back here. They could trade back here. But you know, I think I'm gonna have them stay here and take Siobhan Ravel. I like that fit for them. Go ahead and do that. Uh okay. If you are the Vikings, that kind of hurts. Siobhan Ravel's a guy you probably would have wanted on your team. You could take Kenneth Grant here. You could take Amari and Hampton at the running back position. Again, do you want to trade back? You know what? I'm looking at the Texans here, and if I'm the Chiefs, this is where I'm moving up. I'm moving up to take Matthew Golden so that the Houston Texans can't get the wide receiver that they really want. It's only going to cost you a third round pick, and you got two of them here. Um, you know what? Give them 63. That way you can give them 63 so they feel good about it. And boom. Uh, well, I'm just going to force it then. Boom. And go ahead and get a guy, Matthew Golden. You got Xavier Worthy last year. Get Matthew Golden this year. He's more of a possession type receiver. Him, Rasheed Rice, Xavier Worthy. Now you got some young stars at the wide receiver position, and they're gonna need that help. Okay, if you are the Houston Texans, you're kind of pissed, but it's okay because Walter Nolan is still right here on the board for you, and you're gonna go ahead and take him. And then boom, here you go. LA. I kinda this could be where we see our first linebacker. Jahad Campbell, Jalen Walker. Um, let's see what else we have here. I kind of want to get Malachi Starks drafted somewhere, but I'm just not seeing where yet. I'm just not seeing where yet, where it makes sense. Um, Jade Barron. I'm trying to think. What kind of system do they run off of defensively? Because Jade's more of a slot corner, in my opinion. He's a little bit better in zone, so I want to make sure he goes to the right spot. But Josh Connolly's still on the board here, actually. So yeah, let's go do Josh Connolly. And oh man, do I take Malachi Starks to the damn Ravens? Kyle Hamilton and Malachi Starks? Why do I do this to myself every time? Why do I do this to myself every time? Why do I do myself so much? Oh my goodness. Let's look. Is there any more tackles still? Oh, Ursery's still on the board too. Oh, so is Wyatt Milam. Hmm. Anthony Belton had a really good Senior Bowl. Hmm. Do they shore up that offensive line? I think they do. I think they do. I'm gonna go ahead and take Anthony. It's still a little rich for him though. It's still a little rich. That's still a little rich. That's still a little rich. Nick Scorton is not bad. Trey Amos isn't bad. That's a good. Ooh, I kind of really like that duo of Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton. I feel like that's such a Ravens move. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I hate that, but that's such a Ravens move. Okay, if you are the Lions, I think you have to go edge here. Since you weren't in the Myles Garrett sweepstakes, I kind of like Nick Scorton here for them. So we're gonna do that. Okay, and then if you're Seattle, you traded back. Jack Sawyer is still here, but I kind of want to now go Jahad Campbell here. Got much better value for him here than you did then. Um, what do we pick next? We pick 50 next. Yeah, let's man. No, let's get Donovan Ezaraku some love too. He's been getting a lot of buzz lately. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. If you are the Browns, and I love this feature, you went Travis Hunter. How do you not go Kenneth Grant here? Marion Hampton here is not bad either, though. High key. Tyleek Williams, 6'3", 327 from Ohio State. Fans would love that over Kenneth Grant, even if you think Kenneth Grant is a better player. 6'3", 339. Uh, you know what? Yeah, I think I might go Amari Hampton here. You got this is your extra first round pick that you got from trading Myles Garrett. They have to make sure this offense looks good. So I'm gonna take Amari and Hampton here. Again, that's kind of screws over the Vikings, but Kenneth Grant is still here, and I think this is where you go ahead and take Kenneth Grant if you were the Vikings. And then the Eagles here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Um, what's the QBs looking like? Is there anybody that wants to trade? See, I just can't in good conscience say that that's a good idea for anybody to trade up for a quarterback. Like we're at that phase in the draft period where we start to forget the narrative a little bit and we're starting to hype up some of these quarterbacks like Jackson Dart and Will Howard when all year long we've been sitting here saying no, 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 no. Now all of a sudden Jackson Dart and Will Howard are like can't miss developmental prospects. I don't like it. And not only that, a lot of the teams that need quarterbacks in the first round took them. Like the Raiders took one. The Giants took one. The Browns could do it. It's a short trade. It won't do nothing much for you, and you get that fifth year option. The Jets, I guess, could trade up to get Jackson Dart. Uh, right, you're moving down 10 spots. Let's see. Well, how many picks do they have? They don't have much to give. Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to do this. Let's do it. Jets trading up for Jackson Dart. I don't like it, but it's something that could happen. So that's the first round. Now we're on to round two. And if you're the Browns, maybe now you think defense, now that you got rid of Miles Garrett. Uh you kind of filled some needs on offense already with Travis Hunter and Amari Hampton. Um yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Jack Sawyer here. Let me just hold on before I do that. Let me just see who else is on the board. Do I like? Oh, Princely Malian is still here. And JT Tuimoloau is still here. Again, I think you want to take the Ohio State guy. I like JT a little bit more than Jack Sawyer. Again, business wise, you take the Ohio State guy. Okay, the Giants, they went and got Cam Ward. That is great. So now you're looking at some of the corners that are still on the board, and you still got some really, really, really good corners. Trey Amos here is probably going to be the pick, and we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, Tennessee. That was a team that also could have traded up for a quarterback, and they didn't. This is their last pick, so I might actually want to trade down if I can. Is there anybody on the board that I want to trade down? That somebody's gonna want to trade up for. There's a couple really good players here. Chicago has two second round picks. They can certainly use one of them to move up. And Chicago got who? Their offensive lineman, right? Calvin Banks. Okay. You know what? I actually like that. Let's trade up with the Chicago Bears and make sure we get one of the dudes that we need. Short range pick ain't gonna cost you much. Uh, yeah, let's do it. You're gonna do that to go get some more help on this offensive line. Boom, 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 boom. Tyler Booker. Boom. Shore up the line, man. You gotta shore up that line. Let's invest heavy in the line, and we can do that. We still have our other second round pick to get an edge. Okay, Jacksonville. And again, I like that because Jacksonville needed inside line help as well, so they can't be too thrilled about that. Tylee Williams is still here. I think again, if you're Jacksonville, we got an offensive minded head coach, you want to make sure that you are protecting Trevor Lawrence. He's kind of had some health issues lately. You want to make sure that you're keeping him protected. Uh, I like Ursary here to come in and play guard at first at first, and then if you want to move him to tackle later, you can. And there you go. Uh, the Raiders, they moved up and got their guy in Shador Sanders. I think if you're doing something like that, you are going for the future. Why not get a guy like Eric Eilemaner, a guy like Xavier Restrepo, a guy like Jaden Higgins, Isaiah Bond, Trey Harris? There's a lot of receivers here that you can take. Uh, Eric Eilemaner as a deep threat makes a lot of sense. You got Brock Bowers there already. Go get you a guy that's gonna be a surefire target for Shador to throw to. Okay. The Patriots. They went and got Will Campbell. What did they do? Yeah, that's it. You know what? For the sake of this argument, because we had the Bengals trade up, let's say the Patriots did go all in and sign T. Higgins, so they don't need a receiver. So we're not going to go get a receiver. They got Will Campbell. They need some edge help. Let's get them some edge help. Yeah, for the sake of this argument, let's say they're the ones that got T. Higgins. So we're gonna go with Princely here. Get them some much needed edge help. Okay, the Titans are back on the clock. They traded down with the Chicago Bears. They have Abdul Carter. They need a quarterback. Again, this is their last pick. Damn, are they really gonna sit here? No, let's just say for the sake of argument, they sign a Kirk Cousins or something. I'm not gonna again. I can't in good conscience force a quarterback here. I just can't do it. Just can't do it. So let's get them another weapon. Jack Besh is a guy that had a really good Senior Bowl week. Has an amazing story, tragic story, but an amazing story. Um, he's a reliable weapon for them. You know, and if they get a Kirk Cousins, he is the type of player that Kirk Cousins would like to throw to. So let's get them Jack Batch. All right. Saints back on the clock. They went and got some edge help. They also need they also could use some help in the weapons department. They have two other picks. So actually I kind of like taking Tyleek Williams here. And then at 71 and or 93, we can go and get more help for the offense. Uh, if you were the Bears, you've been working on offensive line. So now, do you get your running back here? Do you get a Dylan Sampson, a Caleb Johnson, Ben Johnson? A Caleb Johnson does make a lot of sense for the Bears and what they wanted, what Ben Johnson's going to want to do offensively. They got pick 72 to play with as well. Let me see how much edge it's still around. Do you like what you can get later on at 72? As of right now, I do. I like Cayman Rucker. I like Jared Ivey. I like Jordan Birch. I like Kyle Kennard. I like Jack Sawyer. Sawyer probably definitely won't be there by then, but as of right now, I kind of like what I got as an edge help. So I think let's do it. Let's go take our running back and let's go get Caleb Johnson. This offense need that you got Caleb Williams. You want to make sure that this offense is going to be working to its peak efficiency. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, the Eagles traded back with the Jets. Congratulations, all Eagles fans. Um, I think they're going to want to retool that defense. They don't have a lot of cap space, and there's a lot of guys, especially on that defense, that could be free agents. So getting some help on the defensive line is going to be key for them. And then here's where I will take Jack Sawyer. Okay. The 49ers took Gray Zabel. This is where Norman Norlatt is still on the board. Jalen Walker's still on the board. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Hmm. They want to fix that offensive line the most. And again, I just don't like the value here. Do you trade down? The question is with who and for what? You just stick and pick. TJ Sanders is still here. And I'm a big fan of TJ Sanders. More Norman Lott still here. Steelers, do I want to trade up to get Omen Norman Lott? Knowing that I still need wide receiver though, no, I feel like if I'm trading up, I'm trading up for wide receiver. The Steelers, if I'm trading up, I'm trading up for a wide receiver. You still got some good defensive interiors. I think I could wait on defensive interior if I'm the Steelers. If I'm trading up, I'm trading up to get ahead of the Cowboys to get a receiver. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna trade up. Give them 120. Let's see what they. Oh, it's only gonna cost me 162? Yeah. Shoot, that's all it's gonna cost me. Hell yeah. Shoot. That's all it's gonna cost me. We're gonna trade up to get Jaden Higgins, who if I'm the Cowboys, I am pissed that that just happened to me. We're gonna trade up to get Jaden Higgins, and if I'm the Cowboys, I am losing my mind that that just happened. If I'm the Cowboys, I am losing my ever-loving mind that that just happened to me. Um, they took Ashton Genty in the first. What other receivers are still here? They could take Restrepo or Jalen Royals here. I just know they probably would have wanted a bigger body receiver to kind of complement CeeDee Lamb a little bit better. Restrepo and Jalen Royals kind of give you the same thing that CD kind of gave you already. Um, which is why I traded up to get Jaden Higgins because that is exactly the pick I would have made for the Cowboys. That's exactly why I did it. Sorry, not sorry. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm pretty pissed off right now, if I'm being honest with you. I'm pretty pissed off right now, if I'm being honest with you. But I could just take TJ Sanders here and call it a day. I think if I'm I think you gotta just take TJ Sanders here and call it a day. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay. The Colts, who did we take in the first round? We took Mike Green. Okay, okay. And so here, Jadae Barron's still on the board, though. He's still on the board, though. Hold up. Azariah Thomas is still on the board, too. Hmm. I think you gotta do that. Xavier Watts is still on the board. I'm actually wilding. We're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take Xavier Watts if I am. And then here is where I take Azariah Thomas for the Falcons. And then for the Cardinals, they took Josh Simmons. So now we are going to absolutely take defensive line here. There's still so many defensive line prospects on the board, including Omar Norman Lott. And I think you gotta do it. I think you gotta do it. So we're gonna do that. Okay, the Dolphins, we traded back and we got Armand Membu, which is awesome. Xavier Watts being off the board is a little annoying if I am if I am the Dolphins. Um, we still have two more picks, so I'm not gonna force another lineman pick here. Jade Barron's being on the board. Somebody's got to take this kid. Somebody's gonna. Well, okay. I'm gonna assume Mike Hilton's gonna be gone. So if the Dolphins don't take him and nobody trades up for him, he will be going to the Bengals for the next pick. So fine. Um. Oh, but you know what? Sebastian Castro's still on the board too, though. Yeah. So is Kevin Winston Jr. Do we trade back? Do we trade back? Do we trade back? Who did the Giants pick? The Giants have Cam Ward and Trey Amos. From the Giants, if I'm trading up for what? Coming all the way from 65, which no, we can't do that. I'm not gonna trade out the. We're just gonna have to take best player available here, and that might be Landon Jackson. That might be Landon Jackson. Or Derek Harmon. Yeah, let's take Derek Harmon. Okay, again, the Bengals. I got my. Oh, they don't have another pick. Ooh, I got Luther Burden and I traded up to get him, so they don't have another pick here. You gotta go defensive line here. You can't take Jade Barron here. You can't take Jade Barron. Okay, you gotta go edge. You gotta go edge. You gotta go edge. I'm gonna go ahead and take Jared Ivey here. You gotta go edge here. Okay, the Seahawks. They have an edge already. Um, actually, this is where they are. Jalen Walker is still here. Jahad Campbell is still here. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, Jahad Campbell's still here. Boom. And you know what? Back-to-back linebackers are gonna come off the board. They didn't take one yet, right? Yeah, they took Michael Williams, and now they're gonna take his teammate and Jalen Walker. Boom. Uh, I do three linebackers in a row. No, no, I'm going to go Xavier Restrepo for the Broncos. Um, this is the trade back that Steelers went up to get. So now they took Zabel. Um, do you feel a little bit better going interior line here? You feel a little bit better about it, but not much better. But not much better. And you still have two more picks. Do you not go Landon Jackson here though? Yeah, I think you do. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Who else is available here? Kyle Kennard, Jordan Birch. Um, Again, I always assume they're gonna scout Pac, well, Big Ten now, better. So yeah, we're gonna go Jordan Birch here. Okay, the Chargers, they went and took Tyler Warren, correct? They sure did. And so here's where I will take Cam Scatabo, or do I want Travion Henderson? Let's go Cam. All right, Packers. They went corner, correct? They did. They went corner. Jade Barron's still on the board. He is still on the board. We need to fix that at some point. There's no way he's falling this far, but that happens sometimes. That certainly happens sometimes. Um, yeah, let's go to Isaiah Stewart. Okay, Buffalo has Miles Garrett. This is their one and only pick, so they got to make it count. Oh, do they go Jade Barron? Mm. I see. I don't think they go receiver here. I think they prove that they can score points even without receivers. They still have Keon Coleman. He's young. You give him some more time. They still have Khalil Shakir. He's still young. You still give him some more time. I think this is where you go, Jade Barron. I think they're gonna look at what the Eagles did and said, let's improve this defense even more to try to slow down that Chiefs offense. And so that might mean, well, and they got Miles Garrett to do that. So you kind of already beefed up the defensive line, but they do need a defensive interior. How do you pass up on Jade Barron here? I don't think they can pass up on Jade Barron here. I think that's where you got to go. Okay. Y'all went Kenneth Green. Oh, Walter Nolan. Okay, cool. So y'all went defensive interior. They need wide receiver help. Bad. They didn't get one in the first. Isaiah Bond, Trey Harris makes a lot of sense here. I think that's where I'm gonna go. I think that's where I'm gonna go with it. If not, I'm gonna go Jalen Royals. Yeah, let's go Jalen Royals. Okay, the Panthers, they took Will Johnson, and now here's where they need edge help. Kyle Kennard is here. I think that's where you go. Get your edge. They're still gonna need defensive interior, but that's okay. All right, the Ravens. They got Malachi Starks, which I absolutely hate that. Landon Jackson's just sitting here for the taking for them. Darian Porter sitting here for the taking for them too. Good. Again, this is a Ravens draft. This is a Ravens draft. Like, let's just have the best freaking secondary to ever exist, and that's how we're gonna win. Golly, golly. Lions, they got Nick Scorton. Um, Demetrius Knight is here. Yeah, there's nobody else who would really think about here yet. Golly, golly. Uh, Tate Ratledge here isn't bad at all. I think I'm gonna go Tate Ratledge. Boom. All right, we traded up for Emeka Ibuka, correct? We did. I, I absolutely love that. So now Donovan Jackson and Cam Williams are still on the board. Who do I like more here? Came with a little bit of a project, but he's 6'5", 335. Um, yeah, let's go Cam Williams. Let's go. They do need a corner though. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. We can't ignore that. They need a corner. They need a corner bad. And yeah, but yeah, they're not gonna get one anytime soon if they don't take one here. Now, I know Maxwell Harris, yeah, he's a little slight. They kind of already have that already. They kind of don't want to deal with that again. Uh, uh, yeah, do need a corner. Jade Barron would have been nice for them, even though he's more of a slot guy. Oh, they do need Denzel Burke isn't a bad shout. I know he didn't have the year we thought he was gonna have, but this guy was supposed to have be a first round pick. And I don't think he's fallen off that. Like PFF has him as like a fifth rounder. I don't think he's a fifth rounder anymore. I don't think he's that bad. I think now that you're getting close to the end of the second round, I think this is where you can start thinking about it. Or Quincy Riley. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Quincy Riley. Let's do Quincy Riley. Yeah. Boom. All right. Let's do that. All right. The Browns are back up and they been busy. They got Travis, they got Marion Hampton, they got JT Tumalau. Good Lord. And they still have four more picks. Good Lord. This- So at this point, I think this is where you do can look at a quarterback as a guy that you want to try to develop. But we still have three more picks, so we don't even need to do that, actually. We could just take best player available at this point. Do we get our tackle yet? No, we have not. Okay. I don't know if there's really a tackle left. Oh, Jonathan Jackson's left. And Cam Williams left. Okay, okay. Again, you take the Ohio State guy, your fan base will love it. Boom. Okay. All right. And now if you are the Vikings, the only person you have is Kenneth Grant. The corners, as we just looked at, it's not a lot of guys left. Maxwell Harrison's still here. Maxwell Harrison's still here. Yeah, we could do that. Maxwell Harrison's still here. All right, the Eagles. They got their edge, and there's where they can get a little crazy if they want to. Do you like Isaiah Bonds as a slot? Do you like Tez Johnson as a slot? I mean, it's where they can get a little crazy if they want to. If they want to, only if they want to. I think maybe they do invest in the offensive line. I think you can invest in the offensive line here. I kind of like the idea of who do we get already? Jack Sawyer, Carson Swenson, Demetrius Knight here. Yeah, I think yeah, never mind. I think we do that. I think we do that. Okay, the Giants got Cam Ward, you got Trey Amos. Here's why I do think you want to get a weapon. Savion Williams is interesting here. He is a gadget guy. He's a guy that's gonna need development, but he could be really good. Right now, he's like Cordell Patterson. He's a big receiver with crazy athleticism. At TCU, they had him doing everything. He played running back, he played wide receiver, he played slot, he played to the outside. I do feel like Dayball would love to utilize him as like that gadget piece. Um, and you already kind of got your two biggest needs done. But then Isaiah Bond, I feel like I think we Isaiah Bond was a first round pick all throughout the year, and then he kind of got upstaged a little bit. I kind of like the idea of putting him on that offense along with Malik Neighbors or Trey Harris. Yikes. Yeah, let's do that, Trey Harris. I like that. I like that. Okay, the Kansas City Chiefs. They got Matthew Golden, and guess what? I'm gonna piss y'all off some more. Elijah Arroyo. Let's get that offense back to where it needs to be. We're not even gonna worry about the offensive line. We're gonna do that in free agency or via a trade. We are gonna get that offense back to where it used to be, which was unstoppable. Okay. Uh, the Browns have back-to-back picks and they still have 94. They're kind of good to go for real, for real. I think here's where I think actually, yeah, I think what you do is you double up on edge because I forgot they traded what's his name to Detroit last year. So let's double up on edge. And then at 68, they got Amari and Hampton already. Yeah, 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 yeah. Why not get a Savion Williams? Again, let's make this offense sing, bro. Let's do it. Okay, the Patriots. They got their tackle, they got their edge. Dylan Sampson is right here. So you go ahead and take him. Again, for the sake of this video, we're gonna say they went ahead and got T. Higgins. So yeah, let's get Dylan Sampson to make that offense sing. Jacksonville has been all about the offense. They got another weapon and they got a tackle, which is great. And then and they have 88 to play with still. Let's go ahead and again, I think Denzel Burke is a good player. I think he's getting a little bit too much hate. I'm gonna go ahead and take Denzel Burke here. All right, the Saints. They've been investing in that defensive line, which they should. Uh, they could also use a wide receiver. They're gonna want a bigger receiver to kind of complement what they already have. The question is, who is that person? The question is, who is that person? It could take Ricky White. I do like Ricky White's game. I do like Ricky White's game. Excuse me. I do like Ty Felton's game too. Again, some of these guys kind of falling off for no reason, I guess. Kind of like out of sight, out of mind, I guess. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm gonna go Ricky White. Pat Bryant's kind of a bigger receiver, 6'3", 2. Yeah, I think that's what they wanted. I think that's what they need. They need a bigger target. So let's go ahead and do that for them. Okay, the Bears are back on the board again. And they have gotten their offense. They've gone offense, 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 offensive line, running back. I love that for them. Now we can go ahead and come on, Nels. Come on, Nels. Now we can go ahead and address the defense a little bit. Come on. Uh, yeah. Let's. I like Kamen Rucker. I like Gelati. Gelati. He had a great Senior Bowl too. He had a really really good. You know, I'm gonna go with Swinson. Let me just make sure. Hold up. Let me just make sure I'm not missing nobody. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Swinson here. Boom. Yeah, if you're the Bears, you gotta be very happy with this. Okay, you got Shador and you got a wide receiver. Feeling good. Do you go running back here? Do you go corner? I kind of don't like any more corners that are left. All the corners that I probably would have taken are gone. Kobe Bryant's not bad. Kobe Bryant's not bad. Kobe Bryant's not bad. But again, you know, this is just their last pick in this three rounder. They got other picks. You can go corner later. Come on, Mouse. Why are you acting all silly? Um, yeah, let's go running back here. Let's go running back. Yeah, let's go Travion Henderson. Again, let's get something that fans could be excited about with. Okay, so we went corner, we went edge. Let's go ahead and get our defensive interior to pair alongside Derek Brown. And for me, that person is going to be Alfred Collins, 6'5", 320. Um, oh, come on. Uh, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Alfred Collins. Darius Alexander is good too. 6'4", 310. He had an amazing Senior Bowl. He proved that he belonged. You could kind of put him all over the defensive line. Deion Walker, 6'6", 345. But Alfred Collins, they need to be able to stop the run. And he's a guy that you could just plug in the middle and just, take on those double teams and help Derek Brown in the middle of the field so that in the middle of that line so they can stop the run. They were horrible stopping the run. So we're gonna go ahead and take Alfred Collins. Okay. Uh, do you not just take Carson Swinger here, best player available? Cameron Williams is still on the board. I know you got Zabel, but I think you go ahead and double up on that line because again, that if that line's not working, it's just not going to work. The Cowboys, they got Genty and they got TJ Sanders. I like that a lot. Wide receiver, again, it's a little hard because a lot of the guys that you would have wanted are gone. I like Noel though. I like Noel. Ricky White's on the board. Look, we're gonna do Ricky White. We're gonna do Ricky White. I like what he brings to that offense. Okay, the Patriots. They got their tackle of the future. They got their edge. They got their running back. Again, for this mock, we're gonna assume that they got T. Higgins. And so here we can go ahead and take inside line and I th uh question, do you think can play guard as well? That's the real question. That's the real question. Matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to trade up again. Yeah, I'm going to trade up again. And I'm going to get the guy that I need for the Steelers. And that's Darius Alexander. You could take Deion Walker here too. He's a little bit of a project. His upside is phenomenal. I mean, 6'6", 345 and super athletic. But he's got to work on his anchor and stuff like that. Darius Alexander is a guy, even though he's a little bit lighter, he's super strong. He's only 310, He's only 310, but you can put him in as the nose tackle for now. And then when Cam Hayward retires, you can kick him back outside and then get a nose tackle to replace him. I kind of like that. He's a guy that I think can play nose tackle for now, and they could probably put some weight on him as well. And then, like I said, when Cam Hayward retires, you kick him to the outside, and now you got your two defensive ends of the future with Keanu Benton and Darius Alexander, and then you can go ahead and get another defensive interior. And matter of fact, again, this is a 3 round mock. I'm probably gonna go ahead and double dip at defensive interior, and if I do this and get a true nose tackle, to boot. So all right, Cardinals. They got Omar Norman Lott and Josh Simmons. Um, I personally, I kind of like Wyatt Milam here. You can use him as a guard, so I'm gonna do that. Seattle, they still have 2 more picks. Good Lord. Uh, again, I think what you do here is you take one of these tackles like Jonas Savea and make him a guard. And so that's what we're gonna do. The Colts, they got Mike Green and Xavier Watt, and I love that. And so here is where I'm gonna have them take Harold Fannin Jr. All right, the Dolphins, they got a tackle and a defensive interior. Love that for them. Is there a safety still left on the board? Absolutely. Sebastian Castro is still here, and we're gonna take him. Seahawks again on the board. Um, I think this is where I will take a quarterback. It's just a matter of who do you like between Will Howard and Jalen Milrow. The off or Dylan Gabriel. I think he actually runs what they want to do really well. So I'm going to take Gabriel. Okay. The Buccaneers are here. There's, and I think I'm going to trade back with the Cleveland Browns. We'll have a crap ton of picks already. And so I'm just going to sweeten the deal for them. I'm going to give them both of these because, like, why do we have that many picks? And I'm going to go ahead and take Will Howard and be good to go. Broncos. We did well with the offense, and now we need to do defense. Carson Swiniger is still here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, I love that for them. Boston College dude, go to them. He could play guard for now, and he'll be good to go. All right, Chargers. They now need to worry about their what did I do with them? They got Cam and they got Tyler Warren. They do need some receivers. Here's where I can see Tez Johnson working really well with a Oregon Duck quarterback. And so that's what we're gonna do. The Packers. Ooh, I love this for them. Siobhan Ravel and Josiah Stewart. I like it. I like it a lot. And then Isaiah Bond is still on the board. I think I gotta get him drafted. So let's go Isaiah Bond here. All right. Jacksonville has been doing their thing, protecting, uh, getting another receiver, getting somebody to protect, Trevor Lawrence. They need a center, so let's go ahead and give them a center. And Jarrett Wilson, boom, here we go. The Texans got Jalen Warren, Walter Nolan, Jalen Royal. Um, uh, Gunnar Helmer is not bad. Gunnar, I kind of like that idea, Gunnar Helm. I kind of like that idea of Gunnar Helm. If I'm being completely honest, I kind of like that idea of Gunnar Helm. I do like Anthony Belton as well. You know what? Yeah, let's do Anthony Belton. We can kick him into guard as well. Again, just trying to make sure we protect our franchise quarterback. I wanted Carson Swiniger for the Rams. That's what I wanted, and I didn't do that for him. And I'm sorry I did not do that for y'all. We have two picks left for the Rams. Gunnar Helm is still on the board. I do like that as well. They've only had one pick, and that was Josh Connerly. Uh, Chris Paul is still here. Gunnar Helm is still here. What defense? Deion Walker's still on the board. Deion Walker's still on the board. Let's do Chris Paul. We have another pick to work with. Those stupid Ravens, those stupid, dirty Ravens are still on the board, and they have a freaking no-fly zone going on their team. Now here, and then Marcus Bow is still on the board for them. God bless America. Marcus Bow is still on the board for them. I hate my life. I hate my life. Okay, Eagles. Again, I think the play here is to continue to just add to this defense. Again, they have a lot of cap space issues, and so what you want to do is just keep adding to the room. That's what you want to do. Ah, Charles Grant is still here too. Yeah, yeah. Okay, the Saints, they've had an interesting day. They got their defensive line good going, and they got the wide receiver going. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, Mason Taylor. Well, yeah, you got to go with the LSU guy, Mason Taylor. Okay, Tampa. They got their two Georgia guys. They're gonna taking a playbook out of Phillies. Taking a play out of Phillies playbook. My goodness. Edge and linebacker are done. They need defensive back, and Kevin Winston Jr. is still here, so we're gonna head and do that. Do I want to give the freaking Kansas City Chiefs a running back as well? Like, do y'all just want to hate me? Do y'all just want to absolutely hate me and give them a running back? Do y'all just want to like absolutely hate me by giving them a running back? Rashard Smith is still here. RJ Harps, Devin Neal is still here. Do y'all just want to hate me? Quinshon Junkins is still here. Yikes. Do y'all just want to absolutely hate me and just make their offense unstoppable again? Do it. The Eagles. This is their last pick. Again, shoring up everything that they want. Do I give them Gunnar Helm? Oh my God. Oh my God. Or do I give them their slot receiver? Do I give them Ty Felton? And y'all just hate me. I think I give them Ty Felton and y'all just hate me. Okay. And then we're finally going to give a running back to the Vikings. Dolphins. I don't know. Had a pretty good draft. Membu, Harmon, Castro. I kind of want to give them Gunnar Helm. They kind of found something with Jonnu Smith towards the end of the season at tight end. Kind of don't hate that idea, but Deion Walker's still on the board here though. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Double dip at the defensive interior. Oh, do I give Gunnar Helm to the freaking 49ers? Oh my gosh. I mean, Gunnar Helm, if he doesn't go to the Niners, he's gonna go to the Rams. We got two offensive linemen and an edge player. They need more defensive interior help or defensive line help in general. Shamar Turner's still here. I think I go Shamar Turner here. Yeah, we're gonna go Shamar Turner here. Boom. And then again, if I'm the Rams, do I not just take Gunnar Helm here? Do I not just take Gunnar Helm here? I think I just take Gunnar Helm here. All right, and that's the draft. Yeah, again, I'm sorry for the delay in mock drafts or just posts in general. Like I said, the last couple weeks have been a little crazy. Here's just a recap of the first round since it's been a while. Couple of trades here. Um, I kind of like this draft for a lot of people. Again, the freaking Ravens. I can see this happening. I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. But yeah, that's the draft. You can catch me at Never Forget Me. That's NEVA underscore the number four BRETT underscore ME on Instagram and Twitter. We are the Dope Blog, all one word on Twitter. We are the underscore Dope Blog on Instagram and Threads. The Dope.blog is our website. And because you are watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. And join us next time. We continue to discuss other people's excellence. Deuces.